Right, hello, it's the beginning of September and I'm going to do another quick plant update for you. Not really done many this year, but to be honest the plants have been pretty slow compared to previous years, but as you can see, I mean the plants are pretty decent sizes now. It's just pods. I've been struggling with pods because of the crap summer we've been having, but this is the overwintered Morouga scorpion. As you can see, pretty chunky old thing, and it's now got quite a few nice looking Morouga pods on it. I would say probably maybe 100 pods or so on this plant at the moment. Some still haven't turned, but yeah, it's looking alright. There's still loads more starting up the top, so I expect I'm going to do a bit of a harvest in a minute, and yeah, I expect these to start kind of taking off again soon. But yeah, they're looking just like last year. It's looking really nice. There we got some wild Baccatum species down here. Not actually quite sure what this one is, and this one in the corner, this is the monkey face. It's now starting to put out. They're kind of hidden because the foliage is really thick on this plant, but it's putting out lots and lots of pods now. Got some ripe ones down the bottom, and I've got some absolute beauties. Look at the size of these things. I mean, they're just monstrous and lovely tasting chilies. Really sweet, fruity, kind of mango tasting, and with a fairly decent amount of heat. And this is one of the crossed Jamaican Hot Reds. It almost looks more like an Apache type of plant, but they've got more heat than an Apache. A little bit more of a crinkled appearance on the pods, but yeah, again, this thing's just putting out hundreds. Probably had a couple of hundred pods off it so far, and there's probably another 100, 150 or so on here to pick today. This is the giant Demon Red, and as you can see, just loads and loads and loads of pods. This is why I want to do more Anims and less Chinense next year, because the amount of pods you get is just so much more on the Anims, and they're a lot more forgiving and easy to grow. We got a few Cornish Nagas in here, not really that decent size. Really struggle with the plant. Well, the plant itself, the original plant, just died, so kind of cut that off, but it's growing all these kind of shoots here, there and everywhere, and it is actually, I've got some starting to ripen up here. It is actually starting to throw out some now, so quite glad I didn't kill it off altogether. This is a nice one. This is the Santafe Grande in the corner here. Real nice sized, nice sweet tasting pods with a reasonable amount of heat. Start off a nice creamy colour like this, and then go through like a yellowy to orange, and then finally to red. So yeah, I'm going to pick a lot of them off, and hopefully we'll start getting some new pods off of that one too. This one here in the corner, it's a Brainstrain. Now I've picked all the main pods off the bottom of this, and to be honest, although they're now starting to throw out some slightly better looking pods up the top, you can see up here, it's taken a while to get going. All the pods I've been getting off this one are these little baby immature pods, which aren't really like the real thing. So yeah, that's the Brainstrain, and this one here is the Bubblegum 7 pot with the characteristic large stem cap, very large stem cap, and once they turn ripe, have a look here, the stem cap goes completely red. So kind of awesome looking. Even the little baby ones got bright red stem cap, and eventually the red kind of tracks right up the stem as well. That's when you know they're truly ripe. So again, this one taken a while to get going, but it's now starting to throw out an awful lot of pods kind of everywhere, little baby pods, which hopefully are going to start to get a lot bigger. See all these little ones where the stem cap is actually almost bigger than the pod itself. So that's that. This one here is the yellow scorpion. This one's kind of doing quite well. Got some nice scorpy looking pods on here. few more down the bottom here. Got some real nice looking scorpions on this, and yeah, they're really nice actually, nice taste. Not stupidly hot, but still pretty warm. A nice fruity taste. Buried in here, one of the pyramids. So that one's looking awesome. See all the different colours from purple to cream to yellow to orange to red. All sorts of different colours on it, and I love these little chilies. They're really nice. I just chuck them in whole and everything. Right, this one here. Now this was supposed to be a chocolate scorpion, and yeah, I thought I was going to have a nice bumper crop of chocolate scorps, but then they started turning, and yeah, this one's turned red. The one out in the greenhouse, which I'll show you in a bit, that has actually turned true to type. I've got some chocolate ones out there, so I'm not too worried. But yeah, I got a bumper crop on this plant here of scorpions, and some of them are looking, yeah, nice and true to type. So not particularly pointy on the bottom, but definitely you can tell they're of the scorpion variety. Got Zimbabwe bird pepper here. Again, loads and loads and loads of peppers on here. Probably a good 150 peppers on this plant, and I've been picking it pretty hard, and yeah, it just keeps bouncing back with more. I've got another Brainstrain here from a different source. Carl, this one's from you, and again I've picked it pretty hard, but there's a few more around, and now that I've started picking it, they're starting to get a lot bumpier and a lot more true to type, which I'm quite pleased about, because so far this year I seem to have been plagued with small pods which aren't necessarily true to type looking, but yeah, they're coming on pretty good, and there's quite a few on there, and well, as you can see, it's now hitting the roof up there, so it's a pretty tall plant, this one. It's a lot taller than me. So that's that one. This one here, I believe, is a Naga Viper right in the corner. I don't really know if I can see any Naga Viper pods. Just having a look here, there's a few in here. It's kind of hard to tell because they're all mixed in with the Brainstrains. But yeah, there is some Naga Viper pods there. I did see a couple the other day that were fairly true to type. I can't see where they are at the moment. And this one here is the Naglah. Now this one's taken ages to get going, but it's now started to throw out some pods. Not necessarily final shape yet or that true to type, although I did notice there's some up here that are starting to kind of get there, getting a bit more wrinkled and a bit more pointy. But the interesting part, because this is a Naglah crossed with a Butcholokia, the interesting part is this one is starting to turn brown. So obviously the Naglah characteristics coming out, being an F2 cross, you know, you never quite know what you're going to get. But yeah, this one, I'm going to have some chocolate pods, so it'll be interesting to see what these turn out like. Obviously I'll do a review on them when I've got a half decent sized pod that's turned. But yeah, that's kind of just a little update for you on this year's crop. So yeah, all looking pretty good. I'll do a quick update out in the greenhouse a bit later on. Okay, we're out in the greenhouse, and yeah, plants are kind of doing alright out here. They've slowed down over the last few weeks, but yeah, they're doing alright. This is actually a Jamaican Hot Red, but obviously it's crossed with something, and it's crossed with something different to the plant I've got over in the conservatory, because it's producing all these monstrous great pods. Now first of all, kind of wonder whether it might have crossed with something like a jalapeno, but yeah, I really don't know, because some of the pods further up are almost producing kind of like bell pepper sort of shapes, but all I know is that they're awesome because they're really thick, crunchy, tasty, and they're actually quite hot. They're almost like bordering on sort of Scotch bonnet heat. So yeah, whatever they cross with, I don't know, but it's a pretty cool plant, and yeah, pretty heavy producer as well. I got some chocolate scorpions here. Again, this one not really come to much. I got quite a few pods on there, but they're not really what I would call classic scorpion shaped pods. The plant over in the conservatory has got the better pods on. Unfortunately they've not turned chocolate, but yeah, it's looking alright. Couple of Brainstrains here, again not as big as the ones over in the conservatory, but yeah, there's quite a few pods on there, all pretty small, no real classic kind of Brainstrain shapes, but yeah, they're all looking okay really. I'm going to pick all these off today, and hopefully it might start putting some bigger pods out. Monkey face here, and again thick foliage, but if you start kind of searching in behind the foliage, you start finding that actually there's quite a few pods on there. I think there's some ripe ones at the back there, so yeah, that one's looking alright. What have we got up here? Well, we've got a couple of unhealthy ones here, nearly abandoned on these really. We've got a Naga Viper and another Bubblegum 7. That's the only pod it's put out, which is absolutely tiny, but still the classic Bubblegum 7 red stem cap. We've got some yellow cherries up here, which are kind of cool. Got these off Terry a few weeks ago. Now starting to put out quite a few little baby cherry pods. This is the Rocoto brown, and as you can see, real thick, chunky, heavy pods, really solid, really weighty. Just waiting for them to turn a nice light brown all over now. In the back there we got some more Santafe Grandes. Nice kind of creamy stage at the moment, but some of them are now starting to turn. So yeah, they're pretty awesome. This is the brown egg in the back here, and as you can see, tiny little pods, and Terry's are much the same. Whether they're supposed to be like this or not, I don't know, but they are brown. But they just don't really look much like eggs at the moment. This is the Peruvian Purple. Pods start off nice purple colour, and then they turn green, which is unusual. So that was a greeny one, and then from this I'm assuming they're then going to go through to red. This is the Pimenta de Neyde. Now this thing is just a long, tall, skinny thing, which has now all of a sudden started to branch out and putting out a load of flowers. So I'm hoping that over the next kind of few weeks, in fact, the first pod, I've just noticed that. So we have got a pod on there, so I'm going to get some pods out of these. Pimenta de Neyde, quite a rare variety this one. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Just going to pinch him off because there's no point in trying to grow any further than that. What else have we got? This is the purple jalapeno. And yeah, this thing's just kind of gone a bit wild. It's kind of growing everywhere. I've had to string it all up because it's starting to get weighted down. I've got no real huge pods, but quite a few kind of sort of mid-sized pods. Start off purple, and then no green stage on these. They eventually start turning through to red. Beautiful variety, slightly hotter than your standard jalapeno and quite a bit sweeter. We got a Dorset Naga in the back there, which isn't really doing a lot. It's put out a few tiny little things. So I might pick them off today and see if I can encourage some bigger ones. Now this little thing was really unhealthy. I nearly lost it a while ago. Little Fatalii in the baby pot. But now all of a sudden we got loads of Fatalii pods. So that's quite awesome. Nearly gave up on it. I'm glad I didn't, because I've actually got a few pods out of it now. This is another Santafe Grande. Different to the other one. I've got a feeling this is crossed with something, because the pods start off a darker green colour instead of the creamy kind of colour that you see over there. So yeah, something a bit different with this one, but it's got a few pods on there. Again, it's only a baby plant. Loads of demon reds in the back there going away, and got some Zimbabwe birds behind the jalapeno there. So yeah, they're kind of all taking off. I love the bushiness of this plant here. It looks really cool, and yeah, looking forward to. I'm just going to dry most of these and use them for a nice powder. This is the baby plant area, which you've seen before. So I've got some baby pyramids, looking really pretty now, kind of all different stages. That one's not kind of gone anywhere. That's a demon red, but this demon red is kind of done alright for a little baby plant. It's put out quite a few little pods. Another Zimbabwe bird, dwarfed pot, so only in a baby pot, and yeah, it's kind of doing okay. So again, I'll pick all the red ones off. Hopefully it'll encourage a bit of new pod growth. And yeah, this is the baby monkey face. Again, for a baby plant, it's kind of loaded with pods. So yeah, quite pleased with that one. It's pretty cool. And yeah, this one I got from Terry yesterday. This is a Joe's Long. So there's quite a few of these long varieties of, well, they're almost like a KN sort of variety. And yeah, it's got some awesome looking pods on it, real great long things. And look at that one there. That's a long pod, that one. So yeah, awesome. Right, that's a little update. And now I'm going to do a bit of a harvest. So I might just stick a quick shot on of some harvested pods in a bit. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you again soon. Okay, so as promised, just done a bit of a harvest. And yeah, this is what we got today. So yeah, not a bad little crop. Hopefully another couple of weeks should have a similar sort of amount. Some of the plants are only just now starting to produce kind of, you know, good amounts, like the Fatalies. They're only just starting to put out. Monkey face, I mean, look, awesome looking pods. How cool are they? They're one of my favourites for sure. And yeah, we just got all sorts there. Got a nice bunch of fairly evil looking Morougas and a few Brainstrains. Some nice looking little yellow scorpions, and well, just a few other bits and pieces really. So yeah, awesome. There you go. That's a little update for you, and hopefully catch you very soon.